Edugens has updated the way in which you create graphing questions. Today, we will be going over 4 of the types of graphing questions: polygon graphing, absolute graphing, multilinear graphing, and circle graphing. To get to the page to create a question for an assessment, first open up the apps in the top right corner of the site. Then click Assessments. When that opens, click the Question Bank tab on the left-hand sidebar. When opening up the question bank, select the green New Question button on the right. Now that we have opened up this page, we can start creating our questions. Make sure to choose the grade level, course, and language that corresponds to your questions. If you're creating an item, by default it will be put into the district bank. If you're a campus administrator, it will go into the campus bank. To choose a graphing question type, select the graphing under type. When selecting this, 9 types will pop up. Today, we will only be going over 4. Let's start with polygon graphing. Here, we will be using the example: plot an isosceles triangle with a base length of 40 that is parallel to the x-axis and a height of 50. The top vertex must be at the point 40, 60. Before I graph the answer, I'm going to adjust the x and y axis to fit it for the question. Min and max adjust the minimum and maximum values for the x and y axis. The interval gives a number between each hash point. Now I will put in the answer. To plot the vertices on the graph, click to add a point. These points will automatically connect, and you can drag them to the correct location. This type can hold up to 5 corners of a polygon at once. To remove an unwanted point, select the Selected Points label on the top left-hand corner, then click the minus symbol under Remove Point to delete it. You can also add a point using the plus symbol here for a more specified number. To see a preview of the question, use the black arrow to scroll up to the top of the page and click the pink preview button. To see the answer you inputted, click on the Show Answer switch. Then click Save. Next, we will cover absolute graphing. Make sure the absolute graphing box is checked and then input your question. For this example, I will be giving characteristics of an absolute value graph for the viewer to create. Now let's alter the graph settings for the ideal line and plot the graph. There are 2 methods of graphing here: dragging and using an equation. Using the dragging method, we will click on the point where we want the vertex, and then click on another point where the line will run through. When using the equation method, all we must do is input the parameters to the absolute value equation, and the line will plot accordingly. Now let's look at a preview. Then click Save. Now onto the next graphing question type, multilinear graphing. Here we will use the question: plot 2 lines, one with a slope of 2 and one with a slope of -0.5. The lines must be perpendicular and intersect at 30, 20. Next, we will adjust the graph and settings and add the lines. When creating a line, click on 2 points that the line will run through. If you want to edit these points, click and drag them to the desired location. To add another line, click the Add Line button in the top left corner of the graph. To switch back to editing a line, just click the line number. Now let's scroll up and see a preview. Then click Save. Lastly, we will cover graphing circles. Our example question will be to plot a circle on the graph with a radius of 20 and a center at the point 50, 50. After inputting the question, let's adjust the graph settings. Now let's plot the answer. Before we save, let's scroll up and see a preview. Now click Save. These are 4 of the graphing type questions you can create in your assessments this year. Thank you.